Good day all, welcome back to Cruisin Classics YouTube channel. Today we've got a big hit for you 1990s car fans. A 1991 Dodge Stealth RT twin turbo, dressed in jet black with red leather interior, 52,633 actual miles on this, 2 owners, clean Carfax. What a find we have today. These cars were factory rated at 300 horsepower when new, and they would go just nose for nose with an NSX of the same year for less than half of the cost. Close to being a supercar from 1991. And this one is in great shape. Like I said, factory jet black paint, just a couple of small marks on the front end from having been driven that 52,000 miles in its life. You can see we've got these articulated blisters up here on the hood, and those are for the electronic controlled suspension underneath that's on top of the shock towers. And you can put that in sport mode or in touring mode, so you can have a firm ride or a soft ride depending on what you want. Up front, flip up headlights, always cool, and fog lights mounted down on the front fascia. Badging on the car is discreet. You can see up here, Dodge on the front fascia, and all the badging. I mean, they meant to make it look like a stealthy car. All the badging is like that. It's all done in black. You can hardly see it. Dual body color side mirrors. Nice, sporty looking low slung body. Factory styled aluminum alloy rims, wrapped in Goodyear Eagle ZR45 tires. And you can see in there we've got disc brakes. Those are disc brakes on all 4 corners with ABS. That red interior just pops. Cool aero body styling on the doors here. You can see twin turbo, again in black. The Dodge symbol in black. None of it stands out at all. It looks nice and discreet. These cool faux air vents here after the door, before the rear tire. Great looking. As we move around to the back, you can see we've got that rear spoiler looking really cool and providing a little bit of downdraft for if you take it to the track. Now, this vehicle does have hydraulic control 4-wheel steering, and I had to educate myself a little about that. And when you turn the wheel, if you have the car just sitting still and you turn the front wheel as hard as you can either direction, the rear wheels don't turn. That 4-wheel steering comes in after 35 miles an hour. It's only 1.5 degrees of turn of the rear wheels, and it's strictly to compensate for oversteer if you're driving it on a track. So if you're flying around corners on a track, it'll help you out a little bit, but it's not like all 4 wheels will turn and you crab walk the car. Again, more discreet badging in the back, Dodge on one side, Stealth RT on the other. You can see we've got a rear wiper and rear defrost here on the hatchback window. And while I'm in the back, I'm going to go ahead and pop the trunk for you to check out. We do have 2 keys and 2 fobs for this car. And there is an internal popper for the hatchback inside the car, and for the gas fill door as well. Nice, clean appearance. This car is so clean all throughout. You can see we've got a retractable cargo cover back here, a folder with the original window sticker back in 91, 30,000 bucks for this car. And it did get the upgraded leather seats and the upgraded stereo system, which is very cool. We have some original documentation from when the car was sold. We've got like the dealer prep check-in sheets and stuff in here. Cool to have. And then again, 2 owners on this car. The gentleman who's owned it since 95 kept not all of his receipts, but a bunch of them, including one for a timing belt repair less than 500 miles ago. So that major service is not going to need done again anytime soon. While we're back here, I'm going to lift this rear panel and show you underneath. We've got a high pressure mini spare with jack. And then over here, this box is a transmitter for a bag style cell phone. That's right, a bag phone. I know you younger folks aren't going to even know what those are, but us old guys like me remember them from back in the late 80s, early 90s era, they were the precursors to those great little devices everybody carries around in their pockets today. And this car was originally outfitted with one, probably by the first owner. Those papers will come along with the car. You can see on the passenger side, it's the same as the driver's side with two small exceptions. This is where your gas fill door is. And then up here is the antenna that's linked to that box I just showed you, so your bag phone will work when you drive your car. Useless now, but really cool sign of the times for this ride from 1991. I'm real excited to pop the hood and show you what's hiding underneath, and I love sitting in those red leather seats. And we'll get inside, play with all the goodies on the car when we come back in just one moment. And we are back with the hood open on the 1991 Dodge Stealth RT Twin Turbo, and checking out a very clean and bone stock engine bay. What we have before us is a 3-liter dual overhead cam 24-valve twin turbo V6. Like I mentioned earlier, 300 horsepower rated from factory. This will scoot. Lots of extras in here. We have, of course, factory air conditioning, blows nice and cold, power assisted rack and pinion steering. Like I mentioned, we've got power 4-wheel disc brakes with ABS system on them. I mentioned before the blisters on the hood, that's what they look like from underside, and those are because we have the electronic suspension control to tune your ride either firm or soft depending upon what kind of driving you're going to be doing. We also have performance tuned dual exhaust modes, so you can have it in sport or 2-ring for the exhaust. Sport, of course, opens the exhaust all the way, so there's no restriction. One helps your power boost a little bit, and it just sounds really cool when you're getting on it. Again, timing belt replaced just 1 year ago, 500 miles ago. This 3-liter V6 is backed up by a 5-speed Getrag with all-wheel drive. So a manual 5-speed all-wheel drive. There's just so much to love about this car. Speaking of love, I can't wait to get into these seats. I love the factory seats they put in here. Check out that red and black interior. Door panels have that splash of red to keep the theme going. You can see we've got controls for power windows and power locks here. One of the, I believe it's 6 speakers for the stereo system. Carpet is factory in very good condition. Carpeted logo mats on both passenger and driver's side up front. And those seats, red leather and looking sharp. Now the driver's seat does have a little bit of bolster wear here and this one very small hole. Other than that, the seat's in very nice condition. No demerits at all on the passenger side. You can see down here we do have a couple of power controls for the driver's seat and manual controls for the driver's seat. So it's not fully power adjustable, but it is partial. And the bolsters here move in and out with a switch located right here on the center console. Peek into the back seat so you can see the bottoms are strictly for just 2 people riding in the back seat, and those backs do fold down to make a much larger cargo area should you need it. Let's hop inside and explore the rest. I just stepped over the sill where you'll find a popper for the trunk and a popper for the fuel door. Here's that passenger seat. Like I said, no bolster wear over there, no wear really at all. Seems like just one person probably drove the car most of the time. Carpet on the passenger side looks great. And you can see up above, courtesy light is on. We've got map lights up there. We've got lighted vanity mirrors and a nice tight felt headliner as well. Splitting those front buckets is a nice center console. We've got your ubiquitous armrest storage box, complete with cup holders and a little cubby there. A working lighter. Again, this is for the bolsters on the driver's seat to tighten them up, and it really makes a difference if you're going to go around the track. It keeps you in place. Ashtray, still was 1991. E-brake lever, a nice leather wrapped shift knob for the 5-speed. And up here, we've got a 12-volt socket and an on-off for your cruise control. And I imagine that 12-volt socket was to plug that bag phone into. You can see instrumentation flows up onto the dash. And we've got a factory stereo system in here that was premium, as you saw on the original Windows sticker. Somebody paid extra. They got AM, FM, cassette, and CD with a 3-band EQ on it. And it sounds really nice. Up above that, the HVAC controls, they work as they should. You can set the temperature and then it'll automatically go to that temperature, or you can manually adjust it. The only flaw with this system is the screen no longer works. Once you figured out how to work it, to work the buttons, you can get whatever you want out of it. Cold, hot, fan strong, fan not strong. It'll do what you want. And the rear defrost, but no screen in the center. That's a very common thing with these cars, and really the only thing that doesn't work on this car. Up above, we've got temperature, oil pressure, and boost gauges set in their own individual pods just above the center vents. Ahead of the driver, a nice leather-wrapped factory steering wheel with an airbag, finger touch controls for that stereo. Over here, we've got control for the cruise control and your intermittent wipers, and on the other side, controls for the lights. Steering wheel perfectly frames your main two things you want to watch here. A 9K tach, that's right, a 9K tach, and 180 mile an hour speedometer. And you can see there on the odometer, 52,633 is the mileage. It's actual per the title and the clean Carfax. And a fuel gauge in the center. A couple other little extras up here. Here's your rear defrost right here. And this is for your electronically controlled suspension. And then down here, this is for your exhaust, for the tuned exhaust. Very cool. Over here, you can see tucked just underneath, this is your power mirror controls. Ahead of the passenger, in the glove box, is the original owner's manual. It looks like somebody's used it over the years, and it is original to the car. A nice little extra. Well, now that we've gone through everything, let's fire this car up. We're going to play with some of the features on it. I love this car myself. I'm a 90s guy. I was in college when they built this car, and oh man, it was one of the coolest things on the road back then, and in my opinion, still is. Of course, it's fuel injected. It fires right up. You don't have to hit the gas or anything. I am going to shut that door so the door ajar will quit making noise at me there. I'm going to flip up the headlights. You can see them pop up right away and flip right down as they should. And when you turn them on, you can see all the lights on the dash work as they should. Again, with the exception of the screen here for the HVAC controls. Now what I'll do is go ahead and put it on AC. And we're going to push auto over here. And we've already got it set to nice and cold. You just do that with the temperature right here. And here, if you want to manually adjust, say, fan speed and cut it back, you can manually override the automatic and do just that. Again, not having the screen is not an ending deal for this. I mean, it blows hot, it blows cold, the fan's nice and strong, it does just what it should. You just can't see the annoying little screen there. The stereo sounds great. Let me see if I can get us tuned in here. Let's see. There we go. And we will seek a station and give it some volume.
Ceasefire in Gaza, but the parties may be moving towards carrying out President Trump's peace proposal for the region.
Works just as it should. I don't have a CD or a cassette to throw in there. My assumption is that those work, though we have not tested them. There is a power antenna on the back on the left rear quarter that does work. When you turn on the stereo, it pops right up. When you turn the stereo off, it goes down. Perfect. The lighter actually works, which is also very, very cool. I'll show you here that the tach works as it should. And over here, You can see it was a nice cold start. Our oil pressure sitting right where it should. See, we got a little goose out of it when we hit the accelerator. We're not going to be able to get the boost to work while we're sitting still, unfortunately. What a great looking car. A performance car at a very low price. And if you always wanted an NSX, this is a way you can get that exact same performance and a lot of that same luxury and same feel for way less than half the money. Right now, about a quarter of the money that it costs for an NSX. Same generation, similar styling, very, very cool. I'm gonna cut the lights off and let's go give a listen to the sound coming out of those chrome exhaust tips in the back. I didn't mention these when we were back here before. There's two sets of chrome tips on each side. They let out a really nice burble. Again, you can go with exhaust that's fully unrestricted. If you're in sport mode, they put it in touring, it'll tone it down a little bit, give it a more subdued sound. Folks, if you've got any questions about this insanely cool 1991 Dodge Stealth RT twin turbo with only 52,000 miles, give us a call. Here in Columbus at Cruisin Classics, our number is 614-276-7355. We can help you out with shipping quotes to get it transported in an enclosed carrier from our garage to yours. And we work with some lenders who specialize in classic car lending, who can get you a loan and get you in this car ASAP. Again, give us a call at Cruisin Classics here in Columbus, Ohio. We're at 614-276-7355. We've got this really awesome Dodge from 1991. You're going to want to check this out in person. What a car. We appreciate everybody joining us today. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that bell too. We'll be back again tomorrow with something else cool.